So that's a question that I don't really think much about. If people say that they're a follower of Christ, I tend to believe them and interact with them as such, knowing that we're all fallible, we're all muddling along, doing the best we can, helping each other along the way. And maybe part of answering that question is a good Christian is someone who realizes that they're muddling along and doing the best they can, and that they are fallible and have more work to do. There might be some hallmarks that one can look at. I think a good Christian is someone who sees that being a Christian means following the way, teachings, and example of Jesus is integral. That's what it's about. It's about being a good follower. And not that we have to do everything exactly the way Jesus did, but there's a lot to look at. If Jesus was particularly close in his connection and communion with God, and Jesus seemed to want that for others, for the rest of us, well, what can we learn by looking at how he lived his life as best we can know that? Perhaps if we do some of those things, that would lend itself to us having that same kind of closeness and communion with God as well. Well, there's a certain amount of being a prophetic, vigorous voice for social justice and pursuing restorative justice, pursuing peacemaking, pursuing a society that celebrates forgiveness and compassion and loving kindness and seeks to tend to those that are on the edges so they don't fall through the cracks and they don't die on our watch needlessly, that we are there, we are with each other. And so there's an active, compassionate justice movement part of the life. And that seems to also be related to Jesus' apparent practice of going to synagogue regularly, as was his custom, as according to Luke 4, and being a part of a lineage and a tradition to help sustain that. And then also doing his own personal work of going away to the wilderness and quiet places to pray, and the advice of going to your closet, your prayer closet, whatever small room you have in your home where you can just be with yourself and God. Those seem to be integral as well. So it's not just out there being an activist, but doing your inner work and doing it with others, and also your private work. So all three of those seem to be part of it. I think at our best, the followers of Jesus, we Christians, are not judgmental, we're not exclusive, we are known for our loving. So I would say those are some signs of someone being a good Christian, that they're growing in those directions at least, trying to be more unconditionally loving and trying to let go of judgment and accept people and ourselves as we are, and to shed any exclusiveness within us that thinks that our way is better somehow.